Chapter 1. You're moving too fast to see anything. You opened the chart and zoomed straight into the noise again, didn't you? You didn't sit back, you didn't give it space. You went straight into the small movements where everything looks important and nothing actually matters. You watched candles form one by one like each one had something to tell you, like each move needed your attention, like the answer was hidden somewhere inside that constant motion. You've been doing that for so long it feels normal now. It doesn't even cross your mind that you're looking at the market the wrong way. You think you're analyzing, but what you're really doing is reacting faster than you can process. You see a push and you feel like you need to catch it. You see a pullback and you start questioning everything. Your attention jumps from one idea to the next without ever settling into anything solid. You're not reading the market, you're chasing it. That pace feels productive. It's not. You've taken trades that made sense for a few seconds and fell apart right after, and you remember how that felt. You saw something forming, you jumped in, and before you even had time to think about it, the move was already against you. You didn't give it time to develop. You didn't let it show you anything meaningful. You reacted to the first version of it you saw. That's what keeps happening. You keep zooming into smaller time frames, thinking that's where clarity is, like more detail is going to give you better answers. All it's doing is giving you more to react to. More candles, more movement, more reasons to second guess yourself. You don't need more information, you need less noise. Right now, everything looks like a setup to you because you're too close to it. You're trying to make decisions inside movement that hasn't even finished forming. You've done that over and over again, stepping into trades before the idea is even clear because it feels like you might miss it if you wait. That urgency doesn't come from the market. It comes from you. It comes from being too close to every move. The 4-hour chart forces something you've been avoiding this entire time. It forces you to step back. It stretches everything out. It removes that constant stream of movement you've been reacting to. It slows the entire experience down in a way that feels uncomfortable at first, because now you can't rely on quick reactions to feel involved. You have to wait. You have to see the bigger picture. You don't like waiting. Be honest. You want to be in something. You want to feel like you're catching moves as they happen. The 4-hour chart doesn't give you that. It doesn't reward impatience. It doesn't give you something new every few seconds. It shows you what's actually happening over time, and that changes how you have to think. You're not missing trades. You're just looking too close to see them. The opportunities you're trying to catch are already there. You just don't see them because you're buried in noise. You're focused on what's happening right now instead of what's been building over time. That's why everything feels random. That's why nothing feels stable. When you move up to the 4-hour, something shifts immediately. You start seeing structure instead of movement. You start seeing direction instead of randomness. You start seeing where things are actually going instead of where they might go in the next few minutes. It's not giving you more information, it's showing you what actually matters. You don't become a better trader by reacting faster. You become better by seeing clearer, and right now you're moving too fast to see anything at all. If that hit a little too close, stay with this. Like the video, subscribe, and keep watching, because the way you've been looking at the market is the exact reason it hasn't been making sense. Chapter 2. You keep interrupting the move before it becomes anything. You see the beginning of something and you rush to define it before it has time to develop, like you're trying to label a move while it's still forming. You catch the first push and start calling it a trend. You see the first pullback and start calling it a reversal. You're assigning meaning too early, and once you do that, everything you see after that gets filtered through that first assumption. You lock into an idea before the market has even shown you enough to justify it. You've done that more times than you realize. I remember sitting next to someone watching them trade, and it looked clean at first glance until you paid attention to when they made their decisions. Price would start moving just the beginning of a push, and they were already talking about where it was going next. They'd mark levels based on that first move, adjust their bias, and prepare to enter before anything had actually confirmed itself. Sometimes it worked just enough to keep them believing they were reading it right. Most of the time it didn't, and when it failed, they'd say the market changed instead of recognizing they acted too early. The move didn't change. It just hadn't finished forming. You've done the same thing, jumping in on the first sign of movement because it feels like that's where the opportunity is. You see momentum pick up and you think that's the move. You don't wait to see how it closes. You don't wait to see how it holds. You decide in the middle of it. That's where your timing gets distorted. You keep entering before the idea is complete. You don't let the market show you its full structure. You step in halfway through it because you think you already understand what's happening. That decision feels sharp in the moment, like you're ahead of it, like you're catching it early. It's not early, it's incomplete. The 4-hour chart forces you to deal with finished information instead of half-formed movement. You're not watching every small push and reacting to it. You're looking at completed candles that already tell a story. Each close carries weight. Each structure holds meaning. You're not guessing mid-move, you're reading what already happened. You don't get that same illusion of opportunity on the 4-hour. There's no constant stream of signals pulling you in. You're not tempted every few minutes. You're left with fewer moments to act, and those moments are clearer because they've had time to form. That space between decisions changes how you see everything. You don't trust the move unless you're inside it early. You're not late, you're just not reacting anymore. There's a difference. You've watched moves play out without you and felt like you missed them, like you should have been in earlier, like the opportunity was gone. That feeling pushes you to act sooner next time, to get ahead of it, to catch it before it leaves. That cycle keeps repeating because you keep acting on the same feeling. On the 4-hour, you start seeing that the move doesn't disappear just because you didn't enter at the first sign of it. You see continuation. You see structure build. You see opportunities that exist after the initial push. That changes how you think about timing. You stop trying to predict what something will become and start reading what it already is. That shift removes the pressure to act early. You're no longer trying to catch the beginning of something that hasn't formed. You're stepping into something that already exists. Chapter 3. Wait. Let it close. You keep jumping before it tells you anything. You're staring at the candle while it's still forming, watching every tick like it's giving you real information, and your mind is already making decisions before that candle has even finished. You see it pushing up and you start thinking about continuation. You see it pull back and you start questioning everything. You're reacting to something that isn't complete yet, and you're treating it like it already means something. That's where your judgment gets distorted. Just enter now. It's already moving, like you're going to miss it. You feel that pressure build for a few seconds, and that's usually when you act. You don't wait for the close. You don't wait for confirmation. You move based on what it looks like right now. Hold on. What if it closes differently? What if it pulls back? That voice shows up too, and now you're caught between two ideas, both reacting to something that hasn't finished yet. You hesitate. You second guess. You try to read something that isn't fully there. You're making decisions inside uncertainty instead of waiting for clarity. You've watched candles flip on you right before they closed, where something looked strong and then finished completely differently. You remember those moments clearly because they caught you off guard. You thought you saw it forming one way, and by the time it closed, it told a different story. That's what happens when you trust something before it's finished. You keep believing what it looks like before it becomes what it is. You're reading potential instead of reality. You're reacting to movement instead of structure. You're deciding too early, and that early decision keeps putting you in positions that don't match what actually forms. The 4-hour chart slows this entire process down in a way that forces you to deal with completed information. You're not staring at every small fluctuation, you're waiting for something to finish. Each candle carries weight because it represents a full period of movement, not just a few seconds of activity. You're not reacting mid-formation, you're reading what's already formed. You don't get that same urge to jump in early because there's nothing pulling you every few seconds. You're waiting for the close. You're waiting for confirmation. You're waiting for something that actually holds meaning instead of something that looks like it might. Let it close. You stop making decisions inside incomplete information. You stop trusting what something looks like before it's finished. You start waiting for it to show you what it actually is. You've rushed entries because you thought you understood the move before it closed, and you've seen how that plays out. You get in, it flips, and now you're managing something that never matched what you thought you saw. That happens because you acted too early, not because the market changed. On the 4-hour, you start trusting the close more than the formation, and that changes how you see everything. You're no longer reacting to what might happen. You're responding to what already did. That shift removes a layer of uncertainty that's been affecting your decisions this entire time. Chapter 4. You're trying to be involved instead of being right. You keep feeling like you need to be doing something while the market is open, Like your presence in front of the chart has to turn into action for it to count. You sit there watching price move and your mind starts looking for a reason to engage, something to justify taking a trade, something that makes the time feel used correctly. You don't sit comfortably in observation. You feel pulled toward participation. That pull shows up even when nothing in your plan is there. You've opened the chart and stayed longer than you needed to, not because something was forming, but because leaving felt like stepping away from potential. You kept watching, kept scanning, kept looking for something that would give you a reason to act. You didn't want to miss anything. You didn't want to feel like you weren't involved. That need keeps you tied to the chart longer than your strategy requires. You feel like you have to be in something. You're not always looking for a clean setup in that moment. You're looking for a way to participate, a way to feel like you're part of what's happening. That's where decisions start to shift. You've taken trades simply because you were already there, already watching, already engaged. The setup wasn't fully there, but it looked close enough. It felt like it could move. You stepped in because you were already involved, not because it matched what you defined. That pattern repeats when you stay connected longer than you should. On the 4-hour chart, that constant need to be involved doesn't get rewarded. There's nothing happening every minute. There's no constant stream of movement pulling your attention. You're left with space between opportunities, and that space exposes how often you were trading just to stay engaged. You either sit there and do nothing, or you leave. There's no middle ground where you can keep interacting without a reason. You start realizing that most of your trades didn't come from clarity, they came from proximity. You were there, watching, and something looked close enough to act on. That closeness turned into action. That action turned into inconsistency. You weren't waiting for alignment, you were acting because you were present. You don't need to be in the market to be trading correctly. That idea changes how you view your sessions because now the goal isn't to stay involved, it's to stay aligned with what you defined. You're not measuring your performance by how active you are. You're measuring it by how accurately you follow your plan. You begin to see that the space between trades is where your discipline actually shows up. That's where the decision to do nothing matters. That's where your ability to wait gets tested. That's where most traders break away from what they planned because staying inactive feels like missing out. The 4-hour chart forces you into that space, and that's where your behavior starts to shift. You're no longer trying to fill time with trades. You're waiting for something that actually fits. That waiting feels different at first because you're not used to sitting without acting. Then it starts to make sense. You stop trying to be involved in every move, and your trading starts to reflect something more controlled, something more consistent, something that actually follows what you decided before the session even started. Chapter 5. You start thinking in outcomes instead of moments. You've been living inside moments, reacting to what's happening right now, measuring everything by how the current candle looks, how the last move felt, how the next few minutes might play out. That keeps your thinking trapped in short bursts where every small shift feels important and every decision feels urgent. You stay inside that window because it gives you something to respond to, something to engage with, something to act on. That's how you've been processing the market this whole time. It's moment to moment. The 4-hour chart stretches your perspective in a way that forces you to think beyond what's happening right now. You're no longer focused on the next few minutes. You're looking at what the market is building over time, how structure develops, how moves unfold across multiple candles instead of one. That shift changes how you interpret everything you see. You're not reacting to the current moment. You're reading a sequence. You've looked at charts where everything felt random, where moves didn't make sense, where direction kept shifting without warning. Then you zoomed out and suddenly it looked different, like the movement had a purpose, like the structure was clear, like everything you thought was random actually fit into something bigger. That experience shows you how limited your view was before. You were trying to understand something too small to make sense. You've been thinking in moments instead of outcomes. That's why your decisions feel unstable because they're tied to what's happening right now instead of where things are actually going. You're making choices based on immediate movement instead of the bigger picture that gives those movements meaning. That keeps pulling you into trades that don't align with the overall direction. On the 4-hour, you start thinking in terms of where price is likely to go, not just what it's doing in the moment. You're looking at levels that matter over time, structure that holds weight, moves that develop across multiple sessions. You're not caught inside every small fluctuation. You're focused on the outcome the market is building toward. You stop reacting to every shift because you're no longer tied to what happens in the next few minutes. You understand that movement inside a larger structure doesn't change the direction you're looking at. That gives you a different kind of stability because now your decisions are anchored to something that doesn't change as quickly. You're not being pulled around by every small move. You don't need to react to everything you see. That realization changes how you sit in front of the chart because now you're not looking for something to respond to every second. You're waiting for alignment with what you've already identified. You're not chasing movement, you're following structure. Your trades start to reflect that shift because now you're entering based on where the market is going, not just what it's doing right now. You're holding with more clarity, exiting with more intention, and managing your trades with a perspective that isn't constantly changing. That consistency comes from how you're thinking, not just what you're doing. You stop needing the market to give you something every moment, and your attention shifts toward what actually matters over time. That's where the 4-hour chart changes everything, because it forces you out of moment-based thinking and into something that holds weight across the entire move. If this felt like it changed how you see your own behavior, then you already know this isn't just about time frame. Subscribe, share this with someone who's stuck reacting to every move, and comment if this hit the way it was supposed to.